My name is Lonny Allen. I'm the Vice President for Athletics at Tiffin University. How am I doing with the pandemic? It's disappointing that you have so many, especially Americans, that believe that this really isn't a thing. And when you are sitting here and you see it every day, especially on this small campus that we have, and we see it every day, you really understand how real it is. And not only for physical health, but also mental health. We see it with our students all the time. And we're just a little bitty circle on the whole world scheme of things, but it's very concerning that this isn't more of an issue. It was tough. You're used to getting up and coming into work every day, and to get up and you're working from home, and my wife is working in the next room. My daughters are doing their online classes in their rooms, and you find your little space that you can go and kind of hide out so that you can get your Zoom calls in and things like that. And also trying to keep in mind that as I guess the manager of this department is making sure that you're keeping your employees, how's their mental health, how's their physical well-being, how's your team, because now they're having to do that with their student athletes as well. And how do you manage all of that to make sure that everybody's feeling safe? Every day. We have conversations. We've not had more Zoom calls or online calls with the ADs from our conference. The first probably 2 weeks of school, I bet you I was on a Zoom call with the head coaches every day for two weeks. And you have to be diligent. You got to make sure that the student athletes understand that they have to be with masks at practice. You've seen me walking by your practices. You've seen me talking with your coach about you guys being masked, right? And it's just, we just have to be very diligent about how we're, washing our hands after practice, make sure that we're sanitizing all the equipment, making sure we understand how the drinking works, and masking whenever we're coming off the courts and stuff like that. It's just, you just always have to try to be as safe as we can. I don't want to sit here and have you guys have to go home again and do the online things and stuff like that. So if we can take care of this, then we don't have to do those things. So NCAA came out with this guidelines of resocialization of sport, right? And so, all the NCAA schools are supposed to follow these guidelines and things like this. I think as a conference, we've done a really good job of that. We've decided that we're going to kick football, men and women's soccer, and volleyball to the spring semester, so that hopefully maybe we have a better chance of understanding how to keep the student athletes safe. I think we've come a long way since week 1 at this institution. This institution, during week 1, we were sitting here going, are we going to be able to get in front of this thing? And we worked really hard. The task force here at Tiffin University worked extremely hard to make sure that all the students kind of understood what their role was. The professors, the staff, especially the coaches, understood what their role was in trying to keep everybody safe. Conference-wise, I'm on a conference call with the ADs probably once, twice a week, and we're talking about what's the best schedule that we're going to be able to have to keep all the student athletes safe. We've come up with protocols when you travel, and things like that. So yeah, it's so unlike any other year or any other time, the things that we're having to worry about during this COVID time. We're we're battling for tomorrow. I mean, I know it sounds cliche and all that stuff, but you know, if you would have told me in week 1 that we would be in week 9 right now, I would have said there's no way. I didn't even know that we were going to make it this far. But like I said, a lot of this has to go with the students. The students really stepped on board with this. You know, you can walk around this campus and students are masked. You know, I've been on some other campuses and it's not so. So the students have done a great job of understanding that this is real, and I think that they understand that we could go home if we have a huge outbreak, and we don't want to do that. And you know, we're battling to get to Thanksgiving so that the end of the semester, and then you know, we'll do everything we can over the break to make sure everything's sanitized so that when the students come back, we're ready to go. Teamwork. I mean, it's really funny. The people that I really don't have, or I didn't have much of a relationship with before, those are the people that you're entrusting and keeping the campus safe, and just understanding that everybody is in this together. And however, you know, and what we're doing is if this pot of people decide that they don't want to follow the rules and they all get infected, I mean, it can go like that, right? I mean, it can spread like crazy, and we've seen that on a small scale. And we just try to mitigate that so that it really just stayed at that small scale, or it could have really just ramped up. So I mean, you see all these cases on other campuses and things like that where, you know, all of a sudden they're at 0 and they go to 150. So, but just I've seen a lot of people really care about the students and about the health of everybody on the campus, and that's been pretty inspiring. I just sit here and just go, how do we get to that point? And how do we get to that point is we got to take care of things now. You know, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not inventing, you know, any kind of vaccines or anything like that. So all I can do is what I can control, and hope that there's people way smarter than I am that are taking care of that part of this.